to the RSG Podcast. This is episode 56.
Yeah.
56?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Roby and I today. Connor decided he had other, more important things to do.
Yeah.
And didn't let anybody know until this morning.
Herpes outbreak.
Herpes. Yeah, well, he wanted to keep it secret because he's a little bit self-conscious about it. Because, I mean,
Honestly,
he was giving me a hard time, and now he's got it.
Right.
So
We're
use
not gonna mention how that passed between the two of you, but
Yeah. Assuming it was between the two of us.
There might have been more people involved. We're not gonna say. We're not gonna talk about it. We're just
I'm just gonna move right on
move
into
along. Move along.
There's probably people that like first time hearing this thinking like, these guys just seriously talking about having herpes on TV.
Yeah.
Do they have? Is it no?
Is it real? Is it really herpes? No, it's AIDS actually. It's actually AIDS. Yep.
It's super AIDS.
The real AIDS.
Not that like cheap shit.
Right.
It's
not like internet AIDS. This is real AIDS.
We don't have a whole lot to talk about today. We're just kind of chilling and speaking on a few things that we saw that we thought might be kind of cool. We recently watched the new episode of South Park, the premiere actually, with PC Principal.
PC Principal.
Where South Park does what they do and just took on everybody and everything and put them in their place.
That's why I gotta love South Park.
Yeah.
I gotta love those guys.
Little news, there's a new cast member for the new Doctor Strange film, Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
So we're trying to speculate as to what she's going to do role-wise in the movie. Some people are saying love interest, some people just are like, I don't know.
The question is Rachel McAdams hot enough to redeem Benedict Cumberbatch being cast as Doctor Strange?
Whoa, bro. PC, bro. That's a good question.
No, the answer's no. The answer's no. No one's that hot. Benedict Cumberbatch is a horrible guy and a bad actor.
He loves
the answer
him
is quite
secretly.
simple.
He's got him. Like,
It's
if we
quite
were to turn
simple.
the camera around in his room, you would see all the posters he has up, all his Sherlock posters,
Right.
Everything. He's even got
I've
one signed, Hugs and Kisses.
I do my own fan art of Doctor Strange, like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
He also
So
does
much
his
of
own
it.
fan writing and you know.
Yeah. And shipping Doctor Strange and Sherlock in a crossover.
And somehow Supernatural gets in there. It's weird.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Indeed.
threesome.
Oh, Sam.
Just a regular old train.
But a few things also. We're going to talk about everything we know about Star Wars post-Return of Jedi Future. It's an article we found here.
Yeah. Have you read the article?
I have not read the article.
Pretty
so.
interesting article. Kind of sort of goes through and explains the reset of the EU, essentially. Okay, because the extended universe previously in Star Wars had a history of what happened after the Battle of Endor.
Right.
You know, and what sort of things went down, how they went down, who did what, and when Disney bought out Star Wars, or Lucasfilms, they reset all that. They got rid of the old EU and have completely made a new EU. And so, most of what's going on here is sort of what you would expect for the most part. The Empire doesn't immediately fall apart just because the Emperor is dead and the Death Star is destroyed and
Well, that
Vader's
would
dead.
make sense. I mean,
Right, they're still a well-oiled military machine, and so they continue to do the oppression that they do because that's what they do.
yeah.
So, but they gradually start losing more and more battles, and eventually Mon Mothma and the Rebel Alliance declares the New Republic, and they immediately start trying to demilitarize because they don't want to become the Empire. They don't want to become like another military organization that keeps everyone in line through militarily.
All the rebels, yeah.
Right. So they sort of shut down all of their military, start shutting all that stuff down. They have this one final battle, the Battle of Jakku, which is going to be part of the new Star Wars Battlefront 3 when it comes out. And
That should be interesting.
that will be part of the history and the lore.
Nice.
And that's how they're going to introduce the Battle of Jakku. Now, what you see in the trailer with that wrecked Star Destroyer and stuff like that, that is the result of the Battle of Jakku, where the Alliance, where the Rebels finally beat the last of the Empire's forces, essentially. You know, because the Empire tried to force their hand at Jakku, and the Rebels showed up and put them in their place. sort of what the story is. And then
should be interesting. Should be fun to play.
Yeah. So post that, the Leia becomes a general in the New Republic, and works under Admiral Akbar doing military command stuff. Han and Chewie go off to try and free Kashyyyk from the Empire's rule, still being rebels and stuff. So I think Kashyyyk is the Wookiee homeworld.
That's what I thought. They briefly touch on it in
episode 3.
Yeah, 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 or 3.
Where Obi-Wan Kenobi is there when everything goes south and they take it over.
Yeah. I think Yoda's there actually, but...
Yoda, I think, is there as well, because it's Yoda, Chewie, and well, I know Obi-Wan was there because he rides the like lizard thing.
We're not even going to talk about the BS that is.
Yeah.
Chewbacca should never have been there.
No. Yeah.
Because the story is that Chewbacca gets saved from slavery by Han Solo when he breaks away from the Empire. We should be seeing that in the Han Solo spin-off movie.
Which would be cool.
Which should be awesome. If they've cast someone who doesn't suck for it. And that's going to be the hard part.
It's going to be Benedict. You know it is.
It can't be Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's going to be Han Solo.
It can't be Benedict Cumberbatch, dude. It can't be that guy. Okay?
Cumberbatch.
It can't be that guy.
He's so hot right now.
I know he is. I know. But he can't be young Han Solo. He's not young, for starters. He doesn't look young.
Define young. Because they can do a lot with prosthetics.
Young as in 19 to 20 years old. Late teens, early 20s young.
So we could see a new actor.
It's going to have to be somebody new-ish.
It'll probably, because Disney's got it, it'll probably be one of their like little Mouseketeer people that they've got in their little Disney spin-off shows. And like, you know what? Let's elevate your career. You're going to be Han Solo.
Okay. If it's somebody who doesn't suck, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care where it comes from. As long as it doesn't suck.
Yeah, because if he does, Disney will be like,
but he can't also, we've talked about this before, but he can't be miniature Han Solo.
Right.
He's got to be a different dude who grows into who Han Solo is.
He can't be...
The most interesting thing I think from this article, though, getting back on topic for a moment if we can.
If we can.
Is that Han Solo and Leia are not together.
Uh-oh.
Because in the extended universe that exists currently in all the books, stuff like that, Han Solo and Leia are power couple number 1. Everywhere they go together. They practically live on the Millennium Falcon. And everything they do together. It's always Han and Leia, Han and Leia, Han and Leia, Han and Leia, Han and Leia.
Okay.
But in this one, Han's off doing his own stuff. Leia's busy being a general in the New Republic. Are they even a couple anymore?
Maybe they grew
You know what
apart.
I mean? Because in episode 6, it's sort of like implied that they're going to become
that they're
a couple.
up.
But maybe they know. Maybe they decide it's not going to work long term.
Maybe Solo he can't be tied down.
Maybe so. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Also, I'm telling you this right now. Han Solo dies episode 7.
No. You don't... Really?
Dies episode 7.
Now, what do you base that on?
Just a hunch.
Ooh, they're going to George R. R. Martin him, huh?
I think Han Solo's going to die in episode 7.
Okay. Really?
Yep. Heroically.
Could you imagine...
Dies in episode 7.
What people... That's going to tear the internet into 2 pieces. 1, supporting the fact that he's gone, that he went out like a boss if he does. Or 2, how dare you possibly kill Han Solo? I mean, the fallout from that is going to be something to just to be a part of. It's going to be great.
It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out. And I believe it's going to happen. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything.
Look, it's going to split 4chan or 2chan or 8chan into 20chan or whatever.
I've got suspicions that it will happen in this movie. And that's part of the reason why Harrison Ford was willing to come back and do it and is excited about doing it.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of different reasons why that could be the case.
That's interesting.
I think that this could be one of them. That I think you're going to see Han and Chewie go on a blaze of glory in this movie.
You think the Falcon's going to get blown up?
Well, yeah, probably. Maybe not. Who's going to use the Falcon, though, without, who, Lando?
Lando's flown it before and did a pretty good job. He did knock the cable off, and he got rid of the satellite TV, so that's kind of fucked up.
He did do that, and that was messed up. We all agree there. That's screwy, but...
You know how hard it is to pirate cable TV in space?
In space?
It's hard.
It's pretty hard, yeah. So, but, yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's going to die. If he doesn't die in 7, I'll be very surprised.
That's interesting.
I'll be very surprised.
That's interesting.
Well, Ford and Lucas both wanted him to die in episode 6, but people talked him out of it.
Oh, wow.
Ford and Cass didn't want him to die in 6, but Lucas talked him out of it. And the studios talked him out of it because they didn't want it to have that. But they wanted him to die like sometime before the final battle so that the film had like a bottom to it, some sort of gravitas to it.
Oh, it had to have that middle.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, Han dying in episode 6 would have made Return of the Jedi like epic.
Yeah.
On a scale that it is not today. Not that I wish it was changed or different, but the movie that could have been.
Could you imagine that?
The movie that could have been.
Yeah.
Insane. So. Yeah, so looking forward to that. The it just sort of like just goes through, gives you a quick overview of what's going on like in the current comic books, because they've also released a new Star Wars. I don't think the comic's called Rebels. I think it's called something else.
Well, I know they got a
but
couple
it's sort of
novels
like
out now too.
Right, they did release a couple of new novels as well to start filling in their EU some. So.
Yeah.
And this is sort of a conglomeration of like what happens in the novels and whatever else. The Empire goes full on Nazi alliance from Hellboy.
Oh, cool.
They as they've been sort of beat down, so they go like underground sort of out to the fringe of the galaxy, and they start to look up like occult ways to win. They start looking for the wellspring of the dark side power and stuff like that. So they go full on like we're gonna still win, but we have to bring in this like supernatural power to do so.
So you think that's what happens, and that's why they have a Sith in the new one?
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
Yep. Should be interesting.
Look at the artwork in the article, and I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah.
It's really kind of cool. I mean, you got stormtroopers fighting rebels, and
yep, the hot war goes cold when everybody finally quits fighting for the most part. And then Kylo Ren shows back up.
the Sith Lord.
I don't know. He's a Sith Lord.
Well,
he's part of the cult, the Knights of Ren, who worship Darth Vader. Why they call themselves the Knights of Ren, I don't know, because Darth Vader's name has no Ren in it nowhere.
Well, but also, I mean, the old lore, there's always a master and apprentice, so...
Well...
In this situation, is there a darker force we haven't seen yet? Could be interesting.
Because there was no apprentice. Vader did not have an apprentice. He wanted Luke to be his apprentice, and he was going to kill the Emperor and take his place.
Yeah.
With Luke as his apprentice. But there is no dark side apprentice. So there is no Sith of that line left. Now, this is where you start getting into what the Sith universe is as it exists now.
Yeah.
Where there are all kinds of other Sith. But all of that stuff, there could be only two, just master and apprentice. Started with Darth. I don't remember his name right now.
He's not a super fan.
I have the books and I've read them, but I do not recall for sure what his B something. I don't remember. Anyway, he's the one who he lived during the Old Republic where there was Sith armies and Jedi armies or whatever, where they fought all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're just diluting our power with this, because what happens is one Sith gets control, and then a bunch of Sith group up together and take him out. But none of those Sith are stronger or better than this Sith.
Yeah.
So they end up just weakening themselves over time through this backfighting or whatever, because the person who takes control isn't strong enough to be stronger than that guy.
Yeah.
So if you have one master and one apprentice, then if the apprentice is going to take over, which one day he will, he has to be stronger than the master. And that way, they constantly get better and improve.
But you kind of see that kind of shifting gears in a whole different universe, still in the same general concept though. But the new expansion for SWTOR, where you have the father, he's got two sons, and in the sequence, once one kills the other, he's the stronger, will be the new apprentice.
He'll be the new apprentice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All in that same sort of line. So.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting to see what the Empire is going to do, what they're going to be about, or whatever. So,
yeah, kind of shifting gears a little bit. Still in space, but kind of away from Star Wars. Video game Destiny's released their new.
Oh yes, the new Destiny game.
The
Taken King.
The Taken King, which I picked up.
King.
Yeah, the Token King. I picked it up. I've been playing it for the past about a week, I think. Well, since it came out, pretty much.
Right. And
it's like really good. The way they've changed things now kind of gives you the allure that year one was like beta testing Destiny.
Okay.
Because you had enough to keep you going. They were giving you little bits extra, but like this.
Did you?
Hmm.
No one I knew had enough to keep them going.
Oh no! Everybody quit. Everybody
Okay,
quit. Like
so you didn't have enough to keep you going.
I think that was the idea that they had. They gave you enough. Like House of Wolves, because you had to get because I didn't have the expansion, so I had to get the 2 expansions before I could do it. And I already had Dark Below because I played Crota and all that.
Yeah.
So playing through House of Wolves, it was like 7 missions, and then that expansion was over. And I was like, I can see why people lost their shit on this one. This makes perfect sense. The weapons aren't that much better. The gear isn't better. I was like, playing the House of Wolves, I was like...
And it's like literally like 7 new missions, and that's it.
Yeah, I was
like, people. That's going to take people a day.
Yeah, it's what it did.
A day.
It took me an evening. I had 2 cups of coffee, 5 hours. Done.
Yeah. Then that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they have...
but I will say... For like $60 too?
Right.
Or whatever it was. $60 for 7 goddamn missions? For 5 hours of gameplay, $60?
Yeah, that's when you wish you would have bought that the season pass or whatever.
Come with a tube, man.
But I tell one thing that they did that I really like is they got rid of the light system. Because I don't know if you heard about the light system or not. Cause
I knew about. I was familiar with the light system, where like that's how you level up. Essentially,
right, you get to 20,
20 or whatever.
Yeah, you get to level 20.
Increase your light level. That increases your level.
Yes, which you could get. I think the max was like level 30 before the expansions dropped. They've gotten rid of all that, reworked it, so now the level cap is 40. So now
so it's just a brand new level cap.
Now there are some things like once you hit 40, then you can increase your light, but it's not. It's more like armor at this point. The higher armor, it's more of a defense talent than it is like actual anything, and it's not something that you have to like. There's a set limit to it.
So they didn't. So they left light as a stat on your gear.
Well, no, it's not a stat on the gear. It's just kind of like they've changed it.
Because it used to be a stat on your gear, essentially.
Right. They kind of changed it. I can't remember what it is now, but like, say like right now I'm level 40, but my gear is kind of a hodgepodge. It's not. I got a couple epic pieces and a couple not, and my light is like 204. And there's some missions where you go and it recommends light 250, 260 before you actually get in there. And it's just the way to do difficulty. So I guess they didn't really get rid of light at that point. I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up, see what the stat is, but you don't have to increase your level with light.
Right, yeah, so you don't have to find better gear to increase your level anymore. You can get the max level and be good. Okay.
And it's a lot of fun. Like they created a whole new zone to play in. They've opened up different areas of the world you already knew and you go into it.
One whole new zone?
I know, right? But there'll be more.
Sure. Sure there'll be more. When you pay more this...
Yeah, well, it's going to be all DLC.
American dollars.
They do kind of invasions, though, now. Since the Taken King's here, you'll be doing your normal stuff, and you're fighting the monsters in the area, doing your missions. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it'll say, like, a Taken person is coming to claim you or something like that. And then the whole world will have the Taken guys, like, warp in and stuff like that. And then you can fight them, and you got these big things. They've introduced a lot of new stuff to where you can get on any kind of like rare mob or like named mob. They've got these things you can buy on a weekly basis with your coins. Instead of buying like armor and gear, you buy these little, I think they're called like lucky number 3 coins or something like that. And you buy them in packs of 5, and you're supposed to use them when you get ready to kill a boss, and it increases your chance for better loot. So like normally when you kill them, you'd get like ammo, or you'd get a green or a blue engram, which common. Every now and then it's like super rare to get an epic or a legendary. Mm-hmm. But now with these, you have the chance of getting exotic drops off of the bosses, which kind of makes things easier. It gets people going back and doing more missions and stuff like that. But it beats because otherwise you're waiting, because the guy who sells the good stuff comes once a weekend, right?
Right.
And his stuff is he sells an armor piece for each class, a weapon, and then various different things you need for some quests or something like that.
Right.
And those are random every time, and we've seen those things like be random, but at the same time have, this is on here again. This is the same weapon from before, you know what I mean? And he sells...
there's a limited number of weapons that they're realistically going to put up there for sale. So.
And he sells the engrams that you can get, but now you have that chance throughout the week to have that same like possibility for it. It's I don't know, it's kind of nice. Gameplay's real smooth. I will say this: I mean, there's no glitches. There's no solid. It's a solid game. I do wish there was a little bit more, but the story mode was actually fun. It was very involved, and it kind of goes on like even after you defeat the main.
So how many new missions in the Taken King?
Oh, I think I've done 25 or 30, and I'm still not done.
Okay.
So
maybe even more than they had in the original game.
Yeah. Well, you do no, because original game you went through different planets and stuff like that.
Right.
And this one you're following the trail and you go back and it starts off where you like the battle scene that they have when the dreadnought first appears, because that's the Taken King ship is a dreadnought.
Right.
And it's really cool, but then a Guardian you do all this stuff to get a Guardian to sneak in there, and you have to then go back to where Crota fell and steal stuff from his body and ashes. Like, they're doing the funeral for Crota. Like, the evil guys are doing the funeral for Crota.
Right.
You walk in and steal his essence from their funeral. Like, you fight your way through, take his essence so he can't go to the afterlife.
And they're the evil guys?
I know, right?
Sounds like you guys are the evil guys.
There is a huge group that we're talking about the Traveler actually being the bad guy and resurrecting his soldiers to fight these forces that are coming for justice against the Traveler, because the Travelers like screwed their worlds up or something like that.
Right.
So, but I don't know if that was
which he did to Earth too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting twist coming to the end of Destiny at some point.
Yeah, should be interesting. But I mean, the Hive, they're super creepy necro people, but yeah. So you find that you kill Oryx in the story mode, and you're like, everyone's like, oh, he's gone, he's dead, and you know he's not dead. You know it.
Oryx is the Taken King?
Yeah, he's the King. He's pretty BA looking too. He's like a giant Arthas.
Nice.
But he's got like horns. He's like Arthas and Legend meet the Aliens universe. It's cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but
well, of course, there's going to be a raid for the Taken King.
Oh, of course, yeah, there already is.
It has to be.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. They made leveling up kind of easy, which I like, because I mean, you've got 10 levels, and I remember when you go up 10 levels in like WoW or something like that, you get towards the end of that, and then you're just
yeah.
But no, I leveled up in 2 nights. Bounties give you the most. I don't know. I mean, if you decide to pick it up at some point or whatever, have fun. But yeah.
Is this going to be the expansion that finally convinced me to pick it up and try it out?
No. If I were you, I'd wait until the game's done. That way you have everything.
Right, but you can no longer pay $30 to get everything.
Yeah.
That everybody else put in $300 for.
That way, yeah.
So I understand there's new class, or not new classes, but new, like for the same class they have, they added another.
Yeah.
Spec, let's say, right?
Right.
So because before they have like the 3 colors. They have like electric essentially.
Yeah. You have arc.
Which is like it's like electric.
Fire and void.
Fire and void, right?
So
before each of them had like 2 of the 3 elements as an archetype to play.
Exactly.
And now they all have 3 of the 3 elements to play.
And I haven't played the other 2 classes in their archetype.
What do you play?
I play Titan.
Of course.
So, they have shields and they could like punch people. It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what I get is called like Sunbreaker or something like that.
Yeah. And that's when it looks the coolest.
Yeah, you get this fucking hammer.
Video I've seen, right? You get a sweet ass hammer. You get to go in and start mashing people and stuff.
You activate it, and then you're just throwing fire hammers that does area effect damage and heavy damage. Like there's been times where I'm fighting a boss or something, and I pop that thing on, and I'm lighting this guy up. And the more people you kill, the more it raises your stuff, and then you start spitting out motes of light, right?
Right.
Which you can then walk over and boom, your energy back up. So
back up, right.
I was in a strike recently, and I was just, from the time the boss hit, he was summoning mobs constantly. I'm hitting them all with hammers. I'm killing everything. I never dropped. Like, I didn't fire a bullet. I just threw hammers the whole time, because I was able to activate that thing.
Right.
Like, as soon as it was done, boom, back up. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. I could see where, I haven't played PvP yet, but I could see where this is going to be fucking annoying in PvP. Now, I have yet, Warlocks are Sith. They have electric. So like they run around and they just like
sweet lightning.
Yeah, it's I saw one do it today to a boss. It looked pretty sweet. Hunters have a bow that they get. Because you get a new weapon with each class.
Like fire, right?
Yeah, it's like a fire bow, and it looks super cool. I saw someone running around with a fire sword. I don't know what that is, but I'm kind of interested. I did just get a quest because once you, in the story mode, when you defeat Oryx, you see Eris, who is a chick who was like hiding out in the hive for many years until Crota came back and stuff, and she was able to escape.
Right.
But she gets this piece of sword from it, and then you take it on later on. You're like, oh, she gives it to you. Take this other guy. He's like, okay, go back to the Dreadnought and get me all this like super rare metal from there, and I'll make you this sweet sword. I'm assuming that's what that is, but I don't know anything about it. But yeah, the classes, they're a little unbalanced right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they have to be, because the amount of damage and stuff that I do with that to stuff that's my level is just ridiculous.
Well, how do you know the Arc Lightning will do the same thing?
Oh, it could very well. It may be balanced when you're doing player versus player combat, but player versus the world or whatever, it's for as easy as it is to get. I still have no idea about stats. Like, should I get strength? Should I get intellect? Discipline? I fucking know.
Right. No.
I'm just getting gear, and as long as that number's bigger, it's going on. So.
Right.
But yeah, there's not a whole lot about that.
Yeah, I think they kept it relatively simplistic so they could do more with the FPS side, but they also didn't do more with the FPS side still.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems like not the game for me.
It's fun though. I haven't got tired of it yet.
You don't feel like you feel like it was worth $60 or whatever?
I think I've gotten a decent amount of gameplay. I mean, I've had...
You can get like 3 hand jobs in Newark with that $60, so...
True, but...
You're trying to put a value on it, that's all.
Your average video game that you buy for a console is going to give you between 8 and 12 hours of gameplay, if it's not an RPG. Like, if you're playing a first-person shooter game.
That's ridiculous, but fair enough.
Right, so if I...
Okay, but you're playing a first-person shooter type, you're probably getting it from multiplayer.
No, I'm talking like story mode.
Probably get more than that.
Like
right, so story mode, you probably get 8 to 12 hours or whatever.
Right.
Well, God of War's going to be longer than that.
I'm using that as an example. I don't know about God of War. I didn't play that much of it. But.
Yeah. Well, I think most of the platformer games are longer than that. I would say 20 to 25 hours.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
For games that don't have online multiplayer that are platformers, they're 20, 25, 30 hours at least.
Okay.
You know?
But...
I think Arkham Knight, is about 25 hours, 30
See, I haven't played that one. I keep hearing, I hear really good things and then really bad things about Arkham, the new Arkham Knight.
I've watched Bat Spider-Man before. I has played it a couple times, my roommate, and, I don't know that I'm a giant fan of it. It looks cool, but you sort of feel like you're just playing a, quick time event game. Press square now, and you're like, you press square now, Batman will do a couple of super moves and knock out 3 dudes. Then you go to another dude and he attacks you. You press square, he'll do the same super move again and kill 3 dudes or whatever. So it doesn't feel like you're actually fighting as Batman. You're just quick time events, and there's a lot of other stuff. So it looks good. The storyline I think is interesting-ish, but
a lot of people are giving it a hard time because Shadows of Mordor, Mad Max, the new game, and I guess this new Batman Arkham, they're kind of all like that. Where you have a story mode and you follow, but it's mostly open world. You can do whatever you want, but a lot of it is a similar, same thing. Yeah. So, which Mad Max is fun, but since I started playing Destiny, I haven't finished it, and I think I'm going to finish it up probably tonight or tomorrow. But yeah. So Destiny expansion, The Taken King, overhyped, underdelivered.
Everything is.
But at the same time, I mean, it's fun. It's something that, the missions that they give you and the bounties that you do, I mean, you've got enough stuff because you split off, once you beat the actual mission mode, then each person gives you a quest line. So now
How many each person?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quest lines going right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have plenty of content to last me a while. And all of it can be done solo, which I like too, because I don't necessarily in this particular type of game, I don't like playing with other people that I don't know.
That's fair.
And
that's fair.
Yeah, so the fact that I can do it solo.
I don't like playing with people I don't know.
Right, yeah. The only thing you have to use
is we're going to be grouping together.
Yeah. Which is why
it's going to be annoying.
I hope more than just a couple people get Division when it comes out. That way I don't have to go into the dick zone with...
That game's going to be awful, bro.
I'm still going to buy it. I just bought the Taken King.
It's gonna be awesome.
My standards are pretty terrible.
You make bad decisions. I'm fine. That's fine. That's what it is.
I was hoping to have Marv on here and talk with us a little bit more about Destiny, but his brother came into town today, so they're heading up to Cleveland. But yeah, we can kind of shift. Right, we can kind of shift gears away from Destiny. The Resident Evil, they're starting their final chapter.
Yes, the final chapter of Resident Evil has gotten started, and they are going back to Raccoon City.
About time.
Going back to Raccoon City.
About time.
So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It'll be sad to see the epic saga of Resident Evil come to a conclusion.
Are they gonna have more zombie Nazis?
I don't know. The zombie Nazis in the last one were amazing.
That was the best.
It was the best ever. It really was. And they had like tactics and shit. It was amazing.
They were just basically people, but they were zombies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Firing guns and driving tanks, and I mean, come on.
Like riding motorcycles and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was ridiculous in the best possible way. So yeah, it's gonna be Mila Jovovich will be back for the last time.
For the last time.
They're bringing back a lot of the old favorites. Claire Redfield's gonna be back again as Ali Larder as Claire Redfield. She's a member of STARS. Yeah, they're also releasing Bad Boys 3. They also announced the release date for Bad Boys 3.
I didn't realize that was in production.
And the Uncharted movie.
I kind of... Wait.
Yep. That's what I said.
Now, Uncharted was a video game, right?
Yep. Uncharted 1 through 4 have been video games.
Really, Hollywood? I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Well, I also heard an article today where rumors are going on about how the Warcraft movie is considered a problem movie at Universal.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that? Just define, elaborate.
That they think it's not going to be good.
Oh.
But the not going to be good, we're unclear as to what that means. Is that studio execs think it's too nerdy and too lore-y, and that the people who actually go are going to eat it up? Because and everyone's like, well, there's enough mainstream audience in the WoW audience there's enough people in the WoW audience to sell this movie regardless and it'll be successful.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
I don't.
Well, you look at if they get even a third of the people of their
max of peak subscriber.
Right.
Okay.
Then that's
okay. Let's say peak subscribers 12 million. Right.
Yeah.
Around there.
Was it 12? I thought it was higher than that.
That was only around 12. Was their peak?
Okay, we'll go with
12. Okay, even if it's 15.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say a third of them go to the movie. So 5 million people go to the movie, and each of them pay $10 a piece.
Yeah.
The movie made $50 million.
Yeah, it cost over
$500. Made $50 million.
Yeah, that's true. Could be. I see.
So in order for it to be successful, you have to sell it also to mainstream audiences. You have to be able to convince that person's girlfriend to go see the movie too, or other people to also come and see the movie. Because even if they sold it to everybody who played WoW,
yeah,
it's still not a commercial success.
Yeah, I'll see it.
I'll see it.
Yeah, I want to see it, but obviously I don't pay $50 million to go see a movie, but
right.
I'm not gonna do that kind of support. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting. It has taken forever to even get any kind of information about that damn movie.
Yeah.
And then now we hear, it's a problem movie.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hype train getting slowed down a little bit in the old Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
Maybe not a great idea.
It's gonna be released straight to DVD.
There's no way they're going to do that at this point.
No, they have to. It'll have a theater release. It should be interesting.
What they're going to do is make a threat to North Korea in the movie so that they can have a reason to not show it in theaters.
Right. Tell North Korea that, your great leader is shit. So.
And Kim Jong-un will make them shut it down.
Yeah. That's alright. Seth Rogen, James Franco, they'll come to the rescue. Here's what you gotta do, guys. You gotta go online and you gotta release it.
Yeah.
Which they have a new movie coming out.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking forward to the rest of the year, I think, as far as movies go. Sicario opens next weekend.
Yeah,
we should definitely go and see that.
There's also did you see the new Krampus trailer?
Yeah, Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus.
Krampus.
That looks good too.
Be good, yeah. Twin Peaks, I think, comes out later this week. Also, the Eli Roth movie.
Green Inferno. Speaking of that, did you see the Red Band trailer?
I've seen the newest Red Band trailer.
No,
I also saw
trailer.
Last year, because originally the film was scheduled to come out September 2014.
Okay.
Wow. So a year ago. And the distributor that was going to distribute it pulled out, decided not to distribute it. They say it's not because of the content of the movie, but I don't know why else they would pull out. Maybe they thought it was going to be successful. I don't know. But it looks amazingly fucking brutal. It looks so brutal.
Yeah, well, they ripped the dude's eye out.
Yeah, well, they had a different Red Band trailer that they played before where they like literally cut a dude's leg off, and they're like a little kid is walking away like eating his leg, like taking a bite out of it, out of his leg. Was
it the same guy that lost his eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was in that same like fireman outfit or whatever he's got on.
Oh.
Yeah. Because after taking his eye out, they start cutting him up and eating him.
Yeah. Alive.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's gonna be vicious and brutal and very rated R.
So I'll see it, but I don't like gore porn, man.
I don't like gore porn, torture porn that much either. But it's intrigued me because it's so bad that people had to quit watching it, or people like that somebody wouldn't distribute it or whatever. So I don't know.
It could be bad as in terrible.
Probably will be. I guess it's just gonna be awful, but. It's intrigued me because there's been so much buzz about it and so much like they shut it down because it was too gory or whatever. I'm like, well, what's too gory? Now I kind of want to know.
Yeah.
You know?
Because there's been a lot of rough movies out there.
Yeah. Where's the line at now?
Yeah.
You know?
Where's the bar? Send James Cameron to find it.
Right.
Did you see that South Park?
Yeah.
James Cameron. Yeah, but I mean, there's really not a whole lot else really going on.
Yeah, some other movies, like I'm looking forward to Twin Peaks coming out later this week, later season 2. Then Bond Spectre comes out.
Yeah, Bond Spectre should be interesting.
I'm getting hyped about that. Christoph Waltz is a Bond film. It's gonna be
amazing.
I
love that guy.
It's gonna be amazing. And then we got Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Although I'm trying not to get too hyped about it because I don't want to be let down. Because this has happened before.
They've already started filming 8, so. Like they started filming 8 on Monday. Filming has already begun.
Okay.
So if this one's bad, maybe you won't get 9, but you're still gonna get 8.
That's good.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Star Wars is an interesting whole. If you think about it, because they're working on 8 films in that universe. I mean, that's slasher movie style at that point. You know what I mean? Like I think Freddy's had 10 movies. Maybe more.
Well, but because they do continue around they're gonna have 9 movies with the same cast, the same character crew, same storyline essentially.
Yeah, which is kind of.
And they're gonna also have 3 additional movies about other stuff,
which is
other people as well.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's Star Wars. While it's always been very strong, even after the failure of 1, 2, and 3, it still held on.
1, 2, and 3 were failures to people of our generation.
Yeah.
But people younger than us liked 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Because some of that stuff was aimed at kids, and we were not kids. You know? And if you go back and you watch 4, 5, and 6, and you take your rose-colored glasses off, okay, and you look at it for what it really is, they weren't that great either.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's a lot of cheesy, really cheesy lines in the movie that, you know, because you watched it when you were 9 or 8 or 7, you were like, this is amazing! Yes!
Yeah.
You know? But now you're like,
They don't hold up as you get older, but...
To be honest, we're more cynical now than we were then.
Oh, yeah.
And
a little bit.
That's gonna change things some.
Yeah.
You know? We're not as apt to just buy into, dude's gonna change the universe. We're gonna be like, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
This is a fictional universe, but you can't do that.
Yeah, you still can't do that. No one can. So.
Well.
I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot. I mean, we put out more than we thought we were going to put out, but...
Yeah. Do a Sicario review next week.
Sicario review next week, and then subsequent throughout.
Connor and I are also going to the pre-release for Zendikar, the new Magic expansion.
Oh, that'll be
probably talk about that soon.
So we've got a lot of stuff coming up here.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about Destiny if we feel like it later on.
Sure.
One thing we didn't get to today that we were going to talk about a little bit was the failure that is Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes, Fear the Walking Dead.
I haven't looked online to see like the overall thought of the series, but I will say this: if you haven't started watching it, don't.
That's fair.
It's pointless.
That's fair.
We're now 4 episodes. Like tonight's going to be 4th episode, and we're still in the same neighborhood, and they're still going like up to zombies going, we can help you, it's okay, we'll figure out what's going on.
Well, yeah, bro, still.
Well, the military's arrived tonight.
Okay.
So that should be interesting, maybe.
Yeah, we'll say interesting.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to use. That's the word we're going to put there.
At this point, I'm considering not finishing it just because I've watched 3 episodes. I'm kind of invested at this point. Should I finish this series and just...
But you're at that point where you're like, do I continue to invest? Or
Right.
do I just cut my losses? Because,
Right.
like, once you're 6 episodes in, you got to just finish.
Yeah.
At that point, you're stuck.
Yeah.
You got to finish the season. But at 3 episodes, you can still be like, nope, I can still cut my losses. I've only wasted 3 hours of my life. I can still get out and be okay.
4. 1 was a 2-hour episode. This last one was... hour and a half maybe? Yeah, well. But yeah, so we're going to wrap it up with that.
Let's wrap it up
Thanks
with
for
that.
coming out. Check us out at rsgpodcast.com, Twitter at Facebook at Random Subject Generator, Twitter at RSG Podcast.
Yeah.
If you like us, hit that like button. If you really like us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way,
Even if you don't like us, hit the subscribe button.
yeah.
Just press it.
It's another subscription on your
Well, it just
on
sends
your
more
YouTube.
junk email to your email account. No big deal.
Yeah,
It's good.
Don't
Don't worry about
it's
it.
fun. It's fun.
Right.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming out.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
And cut.
Cut. Scene.
The clapboard.